So this is the Untitled Coaching Podcast. I am Justine Estes.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, Justin Estes. That is my name.
Yes.
You are...
Alicia Lewis. Alicia Lewis.
That's so nice. And we're coaches.
Yeah, coaches.
We coach. We do the thing.
Mm-hmm.
We coach at formerly 3Q Fitness, CrossFit Garland.
Now Dallas Training
Dallas
Collective.
Training Collective.
Whoop, whoop.
DTC, you and me.
Hand motions. Whoop, whoop.
Hey, guys. Hey, guys. What do you want to talk about?
I know some cool things about vitamin D.
That's cool.
Yeah. So vitamin D is probably one of the only vitamins that actually works as a hormone. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
There you go.
I know it a little bit.
Okay. Well, that's all right. Well, there's a lot more research coming out now about how vitamin D works in the body.
Okay.
We know that vitamin D combines and it combines in the body with calcium for the uptake of like bone density to help strengthening bones. All right. But also it has many other kind of system that it affects in the body. So I think it's pretty cool. Now, with motherhood movement, I have a lot more interest, of course, in women's health. Shameless plug for motherhood movement.
Plug.
So there is receptors in the hypothalamus, so a part in the brain that affects hormones. Okay. So the vitamin D goes into the hypothalamus and it starts triggering the development of follicular stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone, which is FSH and LH. Now, I don't know if you have a lot of knowledge about women's kind of menses and the hormones that happen.
I have a lot of knowledge about the menses.
So this follicle stimulating hormone and LH surges, and that's what makes good, healthy eggs for the women to, produce, which become fertilized, which makes good, healthy, embryos and healthy babies. So if you have enough vitamin D, this produces a more kind of healthy egg in order to have healthy fertilization and then healthy babies. So that's one definite thing that absolutely helps with good vitamin D levels.
This might be the most captivating podcast we've ever done.
Well, it's just going to be very sciencey because I am a nurse practitioner. And so a lot of things that I do, I like to do based on science.
Right.
But now it really pertains a lot to the motherhood movement and now kind of teaching and educating the women that kind of are in the motherhood movement and just women in general.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, besides women's health, of course, but vitamin D also, where else do you get vitamin D?
Sunny D orange juice.
Okay, let's get rid of the D part and let's just go for
Sunny orange juice.
From the sun.
The sun. Oh.
From the sun. So natural vitamin D you get from just being outside, right?
Yeah.
So what happens...
What a great contribution. Yeah.
So what happens when you go outside and the vitamin D from the sun is absorbed through your eyeballs and through your skin, what it actually does is it turns down the melatonin that your body naturally produces. And what is melatonin, Justin? Do you know?
It has nothing to do with Sunny D orange juice.
No, it does not. It's actually the opposite. So melatonin is like a hormone that helps you sleep at night. So I don't know if some people out there have taken melatonin supplements or even children can take melatonin supplements to help sleep at night. But so vitamin D turns that down. And what happens is that vitamin D turns into serotonin, which is your happy hormone.
I went to school with the serotonin.
Okay.
Man, I am really, y'all, I am so tired. And this is so great.
So,
continue.
Anyway, so serotonin is directly related to your mood and to your kind of overall happiness.
Right.
It's the happy hormone. So what happens when there's less sun? You have people that have seasonal depression. less sun exposure, less vitamin D. Therefore, their serotonin levels are really low.
Yep.
Isn't that interesting?
It's very interesting. It's kind of funny. So I know that you are diving into these things because you and the mamas have been really looking into hormones and all this stuff. But you and I have been talking for a long while, almost over 2 years, about trying to get our people to do regular blood work.
Oh, yeah.
And so coming down the pipe at some point, we are going to pick that project back up. But from like a personal standpoint, I used to I have white coat syndrome
Mm.
and just go to the doctor. My blood pressure gets raised. I'm all of a sudden every symptom that you could have, like I'm like, oh, I saw this on an episode of House, came in for a nail in your foot and you have the bubonic plague.
Yeah.
You know,
Your eye twitches and now suddenly you have like,
yeah, I'm stroking out. This is it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so,
I get it.
But our family doctor for the Estes fam is a client here
Mm-hmm.
who you did some rotation stuff
I
with.
did. Yeah, he was my preceptor.
Yeah, Dr. Terry Hollingsworth.
Shout out.
Shout out. And one of the things a few years ago that Terry and I talked about was just I had been having just such a tough time with sleep and all this stuff. And he was like, let's just start doing regular blood work. You know, I'm a big dude. I'm, I've always kind of been a bigger guy. And so he's just like, let's just rule out diabetes and high blood pressure. And let's start looking. He's like, there's a new protein that we've been looking at that's an indicator for like heart failure and heart issues and chronic health and all this. So I'm just like, yeah, man, vampire me, here we go. And my big thought was, it was surprising, but I was like, man, everything's going to be fine. Everything was in really good shape. You know, shout out to training consistently for years. But my cortisol was raised. And then looking at my cortisol being raised, this would have been maybe 4 years ago.
Pause. What is cortisol, Justin?
It has nothing to do with Sunny D.
No, it has nothing to do with Sunny D. So cortisol is kind of your stress hormones that you have. High markers of cortisol means there's high inflammation in the body.
Yep.
Okay, continue your story.
Yeah, and cortisol can be caused by a number of things, but essentially you're overworking yourself either emotionally, mentally, but a lot of times physically.
Physically, correct.
And we live in this very hustle culture in the Dallas area, but just in the U.S. in general. But he and I had a long conversation and he was like, it's not at an alarming rate. He's like, but you also haven't worked out for 3 weeks because you've been stressed. And I would just imagine that it's usually a lot higher. So we just got on this big venture into my sleep, leading into now the last few months I've been using a CPAP, but found out through getting a more extended blood panel, not just a small blood panel, but going through the gamut of things. Saw that levels and everything were fine. Cortisol was raised, but he was interested in my vitamin D. He was interested in, my testosterone, those types of things.
Right.
But yeah, it just led to this. I had this gap in knowledge about what was going on in my body. And now this might be the first time that I've been tired in like 2.5 months. But
that's only because you got up at what time?
I got up at like 2 a.m. and couldn't go back to sleep. But all of that to say, we're speaking about vitamin D and different things, getting into the weeds of all this stuff. My belief very strongly is that you should be getting at least annual blood work.
Absolutely. I'm a nurse practitioner and I hadn't had a physical in like 2 years, I'll be honest. And I went to the doctor and I had my full extensive panel. And for the most part, all my levels were very good. But my vitamin D was low. And you would think that me as this bubbly, big personality that I would not be vitamin D deficient. And I was. So I've been back on vitamin D supplements. And it really has done a number for not only for my energy, but also my mental health.
Yeah, there's been a lot of pep in your step lately.
Can you tell? It's not just the caffeine, guys.
Yeah, it's just been very peppy.
Yeah.
You've also been doing a lot of things in the gym that you could attribute to consistent training,
Mm-hmm.
but your performance at the gym has been very interesting too.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to.
No, that's all right. We can go into it because honestly, I have been doing the motherhood movement kind of mind-body connections that we've been doing, and slowing down my intensity and focusing on intentional breathing and control. And I feel like that really has helped my workouts. And I'm not stressing myself out about gotta go 5 times a week. I do 3 really good days. And then on my rest days, I try to get in some stretching and the motherhood movement mind-body connections. And I feel great.
And I heard that you feel like your hair has been thicker.
My hair is, look at all these baby hairs I'm starting to get now. I don't know if you can tell, but my hair is growing back where I was like,
Yeah.
that's the whole reason why I went to the doctor was like, my hair is thinning. I have dry skin and I am so tired. And it could be the vitamin D, or it could be a combination of kind of slowing down, decreasing my stress in my life. It all kind of definitely plays together.
There's this quote that I really enjoy. Jerry Seinfeld says, and I may have said it on this podcast before,
Okay,
but Jerry Seinfeld says, pain is a gap in knowledge. You are walking around the house barefoot, not paying attention where you're going, and you stub your toe on the edge of the coffee table. That was a gap in knowledge. You should probably not walk around the house without slippers on, or you should probably look where you're going. You burn your hand on a hot pan, or you sip your coffee too fast and burn your tongue. That's a gap in knowledge. The pain of being chronically anything, there can be a lot of shame around that, right? It can be embarrassing to go to your doctor and say, I feel like I can't lose weight, or I feel like I'm always tired,
I feel like my hair is thinning out.
My hair is thinning, or I don't have sex drive, or whatever.
Whatever that can be.
Whatever it is. But until you know what's going on, you have this big gap, and all you can do is assume. And some people go way too hard in the camp of, I'm going to train really hard, or I'm just going to ignore it, right? And you're not fixing the problem either way.
Correct.
And so many times it's just very simple. Figure out what's going on.
Absolutely.
Figure out that gap.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, as a provider, people come in with the weirdest questions, and I promise I've heard it all, and nothing is too weird that will scare us away. We would rather you ask the questions, and that way we can get some answers and make you feel better. It's peace of mind knowing what the problem is, and then we can make a plan on how to fix it.
Well, I think that's a good kind of stopping point for this one. We don't need to. I feel like you hit the thing really well. One of the things that I loathe about current podcasting is people just vamp just to hear themselves talk.
Yeah.
And girl, we're going to land the plane.
Land the plane.
But I'd like to land the plane with letting you do something that you love doing.
Oh my goodness.
This is a dad joke. I don't know what it is. You can read it.
I have another one besides this one. If you
okay,
I'll
let you do that one too.
Okay. How does a penguin build a house?
I don't know. Slowly.
It glues it together. My other one.
Okay.
Did you know that the gentleman that invented the Ferris wheel and the merry-go-round never met? They ran in different circles.
And that is the Untitled Coaching Podcast. We are so happy you're listening. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Do the thing that boosts the thing, that gives the thing, that helps the thing. And go follow my Substack. It's really, really a lot of fun.
It is good.
Okay.
Bye, friends.